It's time for another edition of Mets Musings.
Hi, this is Ron Darling. This is Skip Lockwood.
Hi, I'm Ron Swoboda of the 69 New York Mets, and you're listening to Mets Musings with Gary Mack.
Now it's time for some New York Mets baseball talk. Here's Gary Mack bringing you the latest news and analysis from Mets Nation and the world of baseball on another edition of Mets Musings.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Mets Musings. I'm Gary Mack, and not a heck of a lot to talk about. It is not looking good for spring training starting on time. They are negotiating, but do not seem to be getting anywhere, and apparently there's a lot of hostility, and they are miles apart on certain issues and some key issues. So we'll have to wait. We are now in February 2nd. We're 12 days in that area away from what was supposed to be the start of spring training. So whether or not they can solve these issues in the next few days, who knows? They have been negotiating. They negotiated yesterday and today, and we'll meet again tomorrow. Or they are meeting today, and we'll see what happens from there. But it is not looking good. And, of course, if spring training doesn't start on time, that could push the whole season back. And here we go again. I mean, we don't want another short season, another 2020. But it certainly is looking that way. I hope one or two sides blink. I mean, the players got to realize that a lot of money was lost in 2020 and really, come to your senses and be a little bit more reasonable. And same thing for the owners. They don't want to lose any more money, so they've got to try to come to their senses as well and give in on some issues that they feel that they can, and stick to their guns on the really important issues. But the lesser issues, maybe you have to cave in on it and give in. But we'll see. But the Mets, it's all a little bit of news. Buck Showalter went down to spring training camp and did a thorough evaluation of the complex in St. Lucie. He checked the walls for the padding, see how thick they were. Checked the field, checked the sponginess of the field, checked around the locker rooms, and all sorts of things. And something we haven't heard much in the past few years. A thoroughness, studying everything. Maybe it's too much, but for him it works. So let's let him do his thing. He made some suggestions. One suggestion was good, to paint the distances of the fences, the walls from home plate on the walls. Apparently they don't have them in St. Lucie. That's a great idea. And he would like to see eventually down the road the same dimensions as Citi Field. Maybe even the same shape and everything. Not just the distances. So the point is that there is some thoroughness here from a manager that I don't recall reading about before. I could be wrong. Maybe they felt they were with the organization and they didn't need to. They knew the complex. They didn't need to do something like this. But it is very refreshing to see that Showalter is into this and is his preparedness, and this can only bode well for the regular season. Let's see. Not, as I said, not a lot of news. about what's going on in Mets Nation because nothing is really going on in baseball. The Mets farm system takes a step forward in the Baseball America rankings, so that is a good thing. It was ranked number 16, up from number 19 in 2021 and number 25 in 2020. So creeping up on the list as they've landed some prospects on there. Now, Francisco Alvarez, Brett Beatty, Ronnie Mauricio, and Mark Viented have all made the top 100 list of Baseball America. The Mets also recently signed outfielder Simon Juan, who was one of the top international prospects on the market. So, good things happening in the farm system, perhaps. Maybe this is, this is the beginning. Maybe the whole overhaul is starting, and we can only be happy about that, can't we? Let's be happy about something. We have snow. We have cold, bitter cold weather. Let's be happy that we may not have spring training on time, but at least we have the Mets trying to move forward with their farm system and their major league team. And Billy Epler says he has some work remaining to be done. And of course, they don't want to give away all of their secrets because, the teams are going to hold them up for whatever they want to get. If they say, "Oh, we need a starting pitcher badly," well, everybody's got a starting pitcher is going to say, we want this guy then. We want that guy. And we know you need it desperately. So they're going to play it low and slow and close to the vest and see what happens when the CBA gets signed. But it's not looking good. It's just not. Let's hope they can sign it, or else it's going to be a really, really long time and long year. How did we get by 2020? We will get by. We'll learn to do other things, but it doesn't do much for the podcast industry, I'll tell you that much. All right, a quick break, and we'll come back right after this.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MetsMusings, on Twitter at MetsMusingsGM, the Instagram is MetsMusings, and on YouTube at MetsMusings Mack. Wish to be a part of the show? Give us a call at 516-619-6341. Okay, we're back, and I forgot, before I forget, the last week when we did the show, right after we finished and had it uploaded and everything, news came down that former Mets reliever Jeff Innes had passed away from cancer after a long battle. He was 59 years old. Innes played 7 seasons in the big leagues, all with the Mets. He played with the team from 1987 to 1993, a stretch during which he had 287 relief appearances and threw 360 innings. He was a submarine-style delivery pitcher, a middle reliever, and setup man for his whole career. He saved just 5 games despite finishing 126. His role was exemplified by this stat. He once won a whole season, 69 appearances in 1991, where he didn't record a win or save. It was a major league record. His 288 total game appearances. He made one start his first year with the team, ranked 12th all-time among Mets pitchers. Recently, his family started a GoFundMe to help move Innes from a Houston medical facility to Atlanta, where he resided, so he could live his final days surrounded by his loved ones. The family had a $15,000 goal, and as of last week, they raised over $75,000. He's been battling this cancer. He did battle it since 2017. He was actually at the Mets fantasy camp that our good friend Jeff Cohen was at, and I believe had his picture taken with him. And but after that, it just got worse, and he deteriorated, and his health went downhill, and he passed away last Sunday. So our condolences go out to the Innes family. Great guy, really a terrific reliever for that short period of time. He was reliable and did a great job for the Mets, for those of you that remember. He'll be missed, gone so young at 59. This cancer is just a insidious thing. So condolences to the Innes family. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Let's hope next week we have a settlement, maybe. It's not looking that way, but you never can tell it with this crazy business. So let's hope that they do it. So if you watch or listen to the show on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Or if you're listening to the show on Apple Play or Apple Podcasts, Google Play, any of the podcasts outlets that you may favor on your phone or your computer, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you'll always know, made aware of when a new episode of Mets Musings will be out. And it will help us to expand the show and bring in new listeners. So until next time, remember to keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go Mets. And I'll see you next time on another edition of Mets Musings.